Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone, and today we are going to talk some Star Wars. I had a Patreon request from Andy Lucas. Just making sure I got that right. Andy Lucas wants me to talk a little bit more, go more in depth about Kylo Ren. But before I do that, I know I'm going to just gesticulate wildly like I always do, and then you guys are all going to ask about this right here. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you what's up with that, so to avoid the questions, and then we'll discuss Kylo Ren. About a year and a half ago, a car tried to hit me, and I was like, no, don't, and it didn't see me, so I just stopped it with my hand, which was bad, tore some ligaments, it was terrible, still have lingering pain, turns out tendonitis, and this brace helps support that thing, so tendonitis, and still trying to get money from the insurance company. Woohoo! Such is life. But more importantly, Kylo Ren. All right. So Andy specifically wants me to touch on the whole tragedy of Kylo Ren doesn't work, and that kind of ties exactly into the name of this video and how I feel about it, which is exactly that. There is no tragic downfall here in a sense, and we don't see a person who should or deserves to be redeemed in any way. I mean, this is someone who is acting psychopathic, basically. I mean, if you take the Force away from Kylo Ren, he's the kid who started torturing animals, and then his parents were like, probably don't do that, and so he shot them and then shot up a school. Like, that's who Kylo Ren is without the Force. With the Force, he's a lot more terrifying because, you know, he can still kill his parents and then a whole lot of other people and take control of the First Order as a whiny, barely pubescent bitch. So, just not a person who seems that we've nothing to suggest that he is a good person aside from Rey saying she can feel the good in you, and now the Force works in the way where your bad equals your good, and he has this little bit of conflict with Han. But I mean, look at that. There are people who want him redeemed as who don't seem to want him to be redeemed and die. Like, they seem to want him to come over to the light and help the good guys out. Yay, the end. Guys, there's a reason Darth Vader died in the original trilogy, right? And it's not just because, well, he sacrificed himself. Yeah, that was the whole point. In order for him to redeem himself from what he did, he had to do something so extreme, such as give his own life. Right? It had to be that level of, I am sacrificing my entire being for goodness. That level of, to make up for, you know, the children he's murdered, the people he's murdered, the entire planet he blew up. You know, those are some big crimes. Those are like jail for life, like definitely capital punishment. Like, I don't care if you believe in capital punishment kind of crimes. I believe in capital punishment because I hate people and think more of them should die. But enough of that, right? So that alone, right? So first of all, in order to be redeemed for that, he has to make the ultimate sacrifice. In order for it to be on the level of even beginning to, let me sacrifice my own life so that my son and the rebellion succeeds, right? That's the level of sacrifice we need to be making. On the flip side of that, on a metaphorical level, yeah, like his soul is redeemed, you know? It's like a horrible person on their deathbed being like, oh, I realized I lived a horrible life. Great, go to heaven. I mean, maybe, or not. Like, be one with the Force, get in touch with that good person that you once were. And I mean, Anakin had a long time to be a decent person, right? And we saw his journey into the dark side was this slow corruption that was actively caused by somebody else, right? Someone else got into his head and was like, I'm making you bad, and he fucking fell for it, right? Kylo Ren, we don't see this, like, seduction process. We don't see someone manipulating him, or this fear of loss. I have an eyelash in my eye. I'm trying to deal with that. Ugh. We just see him wake up one day and be like, I'm a bad person, murder everybody. Like, I mean, none of us except Luke Skywalker as a person who's gonna murder his fucking nephew. That's ridiculous. That's absurd. But for Luke Skywalker to sit here and be like, I sense this great and terrifying evil in a child. Again, psychopath. He's a psychopath. He has no redeeming qualities. I mean, why the whole reason Luke goes after him, to Darth Vader, to try to redeem Darth Vader in the original trilogy, that's his father, right? He finds out that's his father. And we're talking about an orphan child who never had a family, right? This is his whole thing. He wants to be loved and accepted by dad, right? He wants his life to mean something, and that meaning is going to be by bringing his dad back over to the light, to the good, etc. All that stuff. That's wonderful. But that's his driving motivation for it. And we see Darth Vader's consistent unwillingness to kill him because of his love for his son. We see Darth Vader's love for Luke manifested very, very deeply, right? And for all the times he says, oh, he'll turn or he'll die, you can clearly, Darth Vader's end goal, the second he realizes that that Sonny Boy's out there, is, I want you to join me. Fuck this Emperor Palpatine guy, you and me for life. Right? Kylo Ren just wants Rey because she's powerful and hot, I guess,
right? But he didn't give a crap about her. He demonstrated that in The Last Jedi. Oh, you're not gonna do the thing I asked. I guess I'll just kill you too, 'cause I'm a psychopath. So there's no tragedy here. There's no, oh my god, his poor soul. Like, we're sad because he's the child of Han and Leia. But look, I grew up in a household with a brother who's kind of fucking awful. And yeah, I'd like him to come around and be a good person one day. But the fact that my parents still love him doesn't mean that he gets to, like, he's somehow forgiven his sins. He's not. He has to make fucking amends for that. If he ever wants me to talk to him again, he's got to do a goddamn lot to show he's goddamn sorry. Right? It's not just, oh, mom and dad love you, so you must be a good person. You're redeemed because you showed up one day and were like, I'm a good guy again. That's not how it works. You're responsible for your actions. You have to pay for your actions. There are consequences for your actions. That is how life works. Right? So there's nothing we've seen that shows that we should want Kylo Ren to be a good guy. He's a whiny little bitch. He's annoying as fuck. Right? We shouldn't want him to be a good guy, and there's nothing about him that deserves redemption, that demonstrates that he is a good guy, that he has a capacity to be a good guy, or that he wants to be and should therefore be redeemed. So, fuck that. That theory can suck a dick, because I mean, look, if you believe that and you want that, that's fine. I think it's interesting, but once again, like, we only believe that Kylo Ren is some good, tragic figure because we've been conditioned to think that he's just the mirror or the next iteration of Darth Vader. He's not. He's way worse. And, like, he's way more psychopathic and also way more terrifying in that way, while also being an annoying whiny bitch. So, dumb. Also, for those of you who ship Rey, you're shipping an abusive relationship. I hope you realize that, right? This is a man who's tortured her and who used, like, classic abuse psychology. You're nothing. Nobody wants you. You're nobody, but you're everything to me. So don't believe anybody but me. I will tell you the truth about yourself and I will put you down, but you will love me for it. Like, this isn't a classic abusive relationship, all right? So, which is hilarious to me too, speaking of, to me too, because I'll bet you all the people who are like, I ship Reylo, are also the people who support the Me Too movement. So, you're a fucking hypocrite if you do that, if you're both of those people. I had someone defend this online and be like, I don't need to explain my ship to you. Or like, if you thought you were willing to listen, I'd explain how it can be healthy. And I was like, okay, willing to listen, tell me. I don't have to explain it to you. It's just a silly thing people do for fun. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that if I watched American History X and was like, these guys have totally got it right, I love them, or I want to marry all of them, you know, or some stupid thing like that, like, yay, I want them to be happy. No one's gonna be like, oh, it's just a stupid thing for television, she doesn't mean it. They're gonna be like, you're a Nazi, and they're gonna be fucking right if I did that. I'm not saying they're right, because I am actually a Nazi. Not a Nazi, guys. Not a Nazi. Jewish person here. Not a Nazi. I just want to clear that up. I know how shady these things can get with, you know, Dankula, his dog is a Nazi, and now he's, you know, fucked for that. So, not a Nazi. Let's just clarify that right there. But yeah, and Kylo Ren does not love Rey. He does not care about her. He just likes her because she just jizzes Force all over the place, and apparently he likes getting jizz in his face. So, that's that. That's all. That's it. Guys, there's so much Jesse on the interwebs right now. I'm on Geeks and Gamers a lot. I have been invited back on the High Council next week. What? If you guys didn't see that last night, it was so much fun. They've asked me to come back next week, so hopefully they stick with that, and I do that, and that would be cool. And if you guys continue to support that you can ship Jesse plus High Council. Ship that shit forever, because I could be on there for a long time. And yeah, if you love me and want to know more weird things about me, get on my Patreon. Now that this is becoming more of my life, I'm going to be spending more time interacting with my patrons, so I'm happy. I'm looking forward to being able to give you guys that time and stuff like that, and buy my shirt. It says Jizzing Force all over the place on it. Something I said in this video. Oh my god, how'd you do that? It's amazing. Bye. Wait, unbuy. Probably going live tomorrow. Trying to maybe go live tomorrow. Hopefully going live tomorrow. Bye.